The morning critical care nurses who are going to take the CCRN exam. Ooh, and pass. Ooh. Anyway, my name is Laura Gasparis-Monfrolio, and I'm going to prepare you to pass the exam. I'm going to cover all those areas that are on the exam, and you're going to pass, all right? So you can get more money, all right? Get more money? Some of you don't get more money? No? All right, so you do it for your own personal satisfaction. Okay, let's us begin. Let me just tell you, today, the first day, is a very difficult day. We cover all those topics most people don't like. We'll be doing endocrine and neuro and GI and renal and hematological and a little psychosocial, and those are topics people pretty much don't care for. Tomorrow it's a very easy day, a little cardiovascular, a little pulmonary, a little multi-system, piece of cake. But today's the rough day. On the exam, they do have questions about professional caring and ethical practice, and I don't cover that. I'm strictly a meat and potato person. I don't go into like advocacy. Hey, anytime I spoke up at work about short staffing or, anything to promote safe patient care, I always got fired. So who am I to tell you about advocacy? Collaboration, there are just some physicians I don't feel like collaborating with. Look, systems thinking, I don't even know what that means. Clinical inquiry, facilitator of learning, I don't go through any of this. All I can tell you is when you get to a question of professional caring and ethical practice, just think like a nursing student. Think like a nursing student with no experience whatsoever, and pick the answer choice that has the most words in it. And then that's always the right answer, right? You don't have to worry. All right, good. The exam is based on the synergy model according to AACN. And AACN says that the synergy model encourages nurses to view patients in a holistic manner rather than the body system medical model. So then I say, so why is the test set up according to body systems? Why are you testing me on endocrine and neuro and GI and renal when you're telling me the synergy model, which the test is based on, wants nurses to view patients in a holistic manner rather than the body systems, yet you're testing me on the body systems. AACN goes on to say that the synergy model creates a comprehensive look at the patient. It puts the patient at the center of nursing practice. And what have I been doing for almost 50 years? With the realization that each patient and family is unique with a varying capacity for health and vulnerability to illness. Bum, 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 bum. Please note that the CCRN exam does not test for knowledge of the synergy model or its terminology. Thank God. It's just a theoretical model within which the test has been designed. So what does this all mean? You know what this means? This means that someone in the AACN office apparently just got a master's degree in nursing. This is what happens when you go off for higher education. You learn all this verbal babble. No, it's the truth. I teach, right? So my nurses who are completing their bachelor's degree. So, I'm a pretty easy teacher because I realize that most of the nurses coming back for their bachelor's degree, you're probably working full time. You probably got kids. You're schlepping, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're doing laundry. What am I going to do? Put you over the edge? So I teach a 9-credit course. And you know what? Just show up, all right? Just show up, all right? I don't give no tests. I don't give no papers. Just show up. You show up, you look alive, I give you an A, all right? Okay. And then every once in a while, my chairperson, she doesn't think that's the way to run a course, so she'd come in, gives everyone a test. But my nurses always did very well. They always did, like, high in the 90s. So anyway, when they graduated, they're all like, oh, my God, I really love school. Like, I love school. I'm like, it's not like this. It ain't like this at all. They're like, I want to get a master's. Should I get a master's in nursing education? Should I get a master's in nursing administration? Should I be a clinical nurse specialist? Should I be a nurse practitioner? I'm like, where do you want to be 5 years from now? Because if you want to remain at the bedside taking care of patients, don't waste your time getting a master's degree in nursing, being taught by people that don't practice. What are you going to get, 50 cents more an hour? What do you get for a master's, 50 cents? Quarter? 50 cents? What do you get? Not much. I think you get like a quarter. But anyway, does anyone show you any more respect at work because you have a master's degree in nursing? No. So I say, why waste your time? Get a law degree. You could do it online. Do it at home. Get a law degree. You know, when you're an attorney working as a staff nurse, things are very different. Nursing administration is not going to place you in a situation of short staffing knowing that you're an attorney. A physician yelling and screaming and throwing things, that ain't going to happen when he knows that you're an attorney. See, that's a hostile working environment. You call a physician to come in to see a patient and he knows you're an attorney, he be coming right in. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Okay, it's a very difficult test. You will notice that smart people fail it and stupid people pass it. No, because I work with people that got CCRN, CEN, CNFN, TNC. They got 10,000 initials after their name. I wouldn't let them touch me with a 10-foot pole. Now, why does this happen, right? Do you know any stupid people that have CCRN after their name? See? Okay. All right. Now, let me just tell you why the smart people fail it. They get mentally fatigued. You get tired. I mean, it's only 150 questions, but I'm going to tell you, when you're up to question 88, you're tired. You're mentally tired. And so you say to yourself, you know, I'm just going to pick C. I'm going with C. I didn't tell anyone I was taking the test. It doesn't matter if I fail. At least I get to see what's on it. So in order to prevent mental fatigue, make sure you wear the right colors. There are colors that make you stupid and colors that make you smart. Stay away from navy blue and maroon, all right? Don't wear those colors. You want to wear red, see, red. You want to wear red or bright yellow. Why? Because it increases the rate of electrical firing from one synapse to another. And it's very important to have your synapses firing when you're taking the test. So make sure you wear either red or bright yellow. The other thing you want to do is you want to eat a lot of salt. Right? Make sure you eat a lot of salt before an exam. Eat a pound of bacon, a jar of peanut butter, a bag of chips. Who cares if you drop dead of congestive heart failure? You're going down with your CCRN. All right? So make sure you eat a lot of salt. Salt increases mental alertness. All right? Stay away from, carbs. No Danish and bagels. Don't do that. You're going to flop in the middle of the exam. Make sure you eat a lot of salt, all right? You don't believe me? Those of you that work the night shift, I work the night shift. I just don't, I don't get along with the day babes, all right? So I'm strictly a night person. Do we have any night people here? All right, good. Now I find myself at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to the machines because the cafeteria is not open. I'm there for like 14 hours, but you don't have to eat. So anyway, I go to the machines. I'm getting Frito-Lays, I'm getting pretzels. What stupid stuff to eat at 5 o'clock in the morning. But why am I eating this? My body is craving salt. Why? I need to be smart for the day, babes. So very important, you eat a lot of salt. The other thing is you want to have a bad attitude when you take the exam. You want to be cranky. You want to be cranky. You want to be irritable. You want to be in a bad mood. If you wake up in a good mood, the party's over, all right? So make sure you're very, very cranky before taking an exam. Because whenever you're cranky, you're able to retrieve information out of your head much faster than when you're happy. When you're cranky, let's say I'm fighting with my husband. I can think of things that happened 15 years ago, and in great detail, I'll just be whipping this stuff out. Why? Because I'm cranky. So very important, you be cranky. If at work you get told you have a bad attitude, you're in like Flint. Anybody here get told a bad attitude at work? Well, I'm the only one. Two of us? 3, 4, 5. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with the profession. There's not enough of us people with a bad attitude, all right? I always get written up at work. I mean, it's like a week, I work weekends. It's like a weekend thing here. Every weekend I get written up for my bad attitude and inability to work with the healthcare team, even though some of the team members are killing people. All right. And my supervisor like, when's it going to stop? When's it going to stop? I mean, every weekend we go through the same thing with you. I mean, when's it going to stop? You know, you're very maladjusted. That's what she tells me. I'm maladjusted. I'm like, yeah, there's no such thing as a well-adjusted slave, all right? So anyway, I mean, every weekend we go through the same thing with you. I'm like, Brenda, if you write me up every weekend, it's only because birds only peck at the good fruit. It went over her head too. All right, so anyway, look, make sure you do. Hello, he's old enough to be my grandson. But anyway, make sure you do mental aerobics, all right? You got to do mental aerobics before the exam. 5 days before the exam, do 150 test questions. So 5 days before the exam, you sit down, you do 150 test questions. And you'll want to get up. You'll be at question 11, and you'll want to go to the refrigerator. No, stay seated, no pain, no gain. And it'll take you 2 hours. Next night, hour and 45 minutes. Next night, hour and a half. Next night, hour and 15 minutes. Night before the exam, it'll take you 1 hour. So then when you go take the test, you do not become mentally fatigued. So make sure you do your mental aerobics before the exam. And please note on the exam, there are 25 questions that you will not have the answer. You won't know what no one knows, there is no answer, okay? There are 25 stupid questions on the exam that I don't think there is a correct answer to. So just know that, and they tend to put them in the beginning of the exam to break you down mentally. If you have a little piece of paper and a pen, you'll notice you'll make some marks when you can't answer a question, and at the end of the exam, you'll have about 25 marks. I mean, if you have 50 or 60, forget it, you're gonna fail. But you have about 25 marks. No, it's like they ask a question. So this 44-year-old guy comes in with a massive GI bleed, all right? Massive GI bleed. He's getting blood products. His blood pressure is 70 palp, all right. After 4 days of treatment, his blood pressure remains 70 palp. I'm thinking, you're in the hospital, and your blood pressure after 4 days is still 70 palp? Get the heck out of there. Get out of there. Go home. Drink a quart of milk. But anyway, so 4 days later, his blood pressure is still 70 palp. And now he's beginning to show signs of confusion. And they want to know why. So I'm thinking, all right, there ain't no blood getting to the brain. It's not an answer choice. A says because he's getting blood products, he probably developed DIC and he's bleeding in his brain. And I forget what the other ones are, but D says he's been in the unit for 4 days, so he's probably developing ICU psychosis. I think that's the answer. That's what I think the answer is. But as long as you know there are 25 questions on the exam, you won't be able to answer. Don't worry, it's not you. It's the stupid questions on the exam, all right? You're still going to pass.